men are saying that UN women are behind all the laws, etc., that affect men's rights.
To an extent, that's right. As the women's movement became more and more powerful, and it's hugely powerful now, it became, in a way, almost like a bullying organization. And yes, an awful lot of everything got feminized, including the law courts and the judiciary. And men slowly lost any sort of rights. But it didn't begin like that. First of all, if you wanted a mortgage, if you as a woman had money for a mortgage, you couldn't sign. Your father or your partner, male partner, had to sign. You also had to give a doctor proof that you were going to get married before you could use contraceptive pills or be given them. There were all these things that were happening that needed changing because we were not being treated like adult females.
Wow, that's extreme.
Yes. But then you see, people don't know all that history, do they?
So this wasn't set up to create an army against men. I think that's how people perceive feminism.
I don't see I know it annoys me because I often see references to myself as an ex-feminist. I was never any sort of ist. As the militant movement got more and more militant, I actually didn't support it any longer. And most women, young women, won't identify themselves as feminists.
Why are we so divided? I'm a woman and you're a woman. We're both mothers. You've got a son as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got sons, I've got grandsons, I've got great-grandsons.
Okay, and I've got sons. But I really understand that men are being emasculated more and more and that it's all about female rights. But where do you and I stand? Because we are mothers, we've had husbands or male partners, because you and I also don't identify as being feminists.
I think there is a small group of very, very powerful women. And most of them are barristers. They're in the top echelon of their professions. Mm-hmm. I have the distinct pleasure of being thrown out of the women's movement. I've got a letter banning me from all the collectives. It was such a strange time. But having said all that, you have to remember, and I keep saying this, for a very long time, there was a planned destruction of the family, because unless you destroy family, you can't destroy democracy. You need to separate the men, because men will die for their children and for their wives. And you need to separate and to get rid of things like that men will fight for, if you want the men to fight for the state. And you've seen it fail in China, you've seen it fail in Russia. And it's really basically, it's not even a discussion any longer. It failed.